Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. Hokey smokes, I got some heavy-duty stuff I want to try and talk about. But first, just to talk about things that aren't heavy-duty, I went out walkies last night. It was misty/rainy. I went through the tree maze that I talked about the other day, and boy, my astigmatism is bizarre. It's pleasant, but it's weird because I don't see sharp, spiky lines coming off of things with my astigmatism. No, everything is soft and blurry. There are white Christmas tree lights all over these, roughly chest-eye height trees. And the air was just filled with a soft glow. The entire thing was just a big glow. Even when I got up close, walking in between them, I was walking in a weird glow fog between the trees. Yeah, but it was nice. I mean, it looks cool. It's just really weird. And I got through the maze, and they did a really good job on it this time. But it was misty, wet, and thumbs up. But it was fun. Excuse me. And of course, to front load the video, hey, if you could interact with the YouTube algorithms and toss me a like if you like what you see in here, and hey, if you could interact and maybe subscribe to the channel if you like what you see in here as well, and if you could leave me a comment, that would be very cool, definitely. And of course, I want to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These beautiful and awesome people help to keep me alive. Literally, I am disabled. I broke myself. It is not good. Spinal and nerve damage is not good. I cannot work. And these beautiful and awesome people help to keep me alive, and that is greatly appreciated. If you could help out and become a patron, that would be a definite thumbs up. There's a link in the video description. I don't know what device you're watching, so I don't know where it is, but thumbs up. Front loading of videos over. Yay! But it still is weird because my astigmatism makes most lights just look soft and fluffy and weird. So, hokey smokes. I, of course, had to drink some soda just before recording, and now all the gas wants out. I also hear this is a surprise. I'm going to reach in and wake. He's not awake. He's drinking. Hi, little guy. Hi, little ghost. Oh, I'm sorry. I came in from above. And then my fingers were pincer-like, and that's like scary. He's prey, so I gotta act not like a predator. But you see, little ghost, he's still alive. He's still a happy, friendly little guy. He's a good hamster, and I love him very much. He's a sweetheart. He's still youngish. He's doing very well. But he was drinking, and then he's gonna go back to sleep. So this is Ghost. He's still here. Yay! Okay, I'm gonna put him back so we can finish drinking and then go back to bed. Here we go, little guy. Thank you. He is a sweetheart. I love hamsters. They are so awesome. So definitely he's a Christmas hamster. But I went out walkies last night, and I had my astigmatism, and it was wet and rainy, and I grabbed some things, and I came back, and here's where it starts to kind of go into the heavy duty stuff, because I didn't do much yesterday. During the day, I tried to play some games. I did some editing. I couldn't even do the number of videos that I normally do yesterday. It all kind of ties into this. I have had biochemical depression my whole life. I have been medicated off and on for it, and I am not currently medicated for depression past the very, very slight amount of antidepressive effect I get off cannabis. Past that is just being treated through therapy. But I have had depression my whole life. And of late, I have a fair amount to be depressed by. I mean, when you have grief and mourning or something horrible happens in life, you don't really get over it. The pain never really gets smaller or goes away. It's just that time puts a buffer in there. So it still hurts, it's still awful, but it's just farther away. My late wife, who died just after Christmas in 2014, she loved Christmas. And I spent, 12 years of our marriage enjoying Christmas with her. And so every year now, Christmas is hard. I mean, it's always been hard. And then it wasn't because my wife was alive, and then it was because she spent 10 years dying in front of my eyes before dying in our living room on hospice. So it's been tough since. I've tried my best and been doing, but this year has been hard because I also have seasonal affective disorder syndrome. The lack of sunlight makes things very difficult for me. And even though I have a SADS lamp, he's just chewing and chewing and chewing on the water thing, little goose. Even though I have a SADS lamp to help out with a more full spectrum of light, it's still been stomping on top of me. And then of course, add the fact that my mother died in approximately, I can't remember the exact date, gotta love ADHD, died in approximately 2018. And then my stepfather, my father figure, since I was 12, he died like a year and some back. So you add all that up with the seasonal affective stuff, and oh boy, this is just a bad time of year usually. And now it's really bad because of all this stuff. So I'm not in danger. This is just, I live with depression and stuff like this my whole life. It's just kicking me to the curb and back right now, but I'm going to survive it. I am a sewer rat. I have survived for 59 years, and I'm going to do my best to keep doing so. I'm just really getting stomped right now, which ties into other things because you make so much noise, just drink. I don't know why he's chewing on the tube as well as just drinking. He's being a silly goose. Let's see if I can remember what I was going to say about this. Oh, goodness gracious, because it ties in with a whole bunch of other things. I'm trying to remember the other things because I have been super depressed, trying to realistically see things about my life, but also right now realizing depression does lie to you. At the best of times, depression lies. And when you are given lenses to look at life through, yes, it will give you answers to how things are when you look through life through that perspective. Part of the reason things make sense, though, is part of the equation that makes things make sense is given in the lenses themselves. That's why when people look through things through the lenses of a conspiracy, it makes sense to them. Part of the equation that makes them make sense is given in the lenses. Nobody else can see it. They think they're talking perfect sense. And looking through those lenses, they are. The rest of us, we don't see them going, look, 2 plus 2 equals 4. We see them, of course, going, look, 2 lemons plus this handful of cockroaches, it kind of equals, well, here's some moss and a couple bits of dirt. So do you understand? It's perfectly obvious. Well, it's obvious to them. The part of the equation is given in the lenses that they are looking at life through. I am right now looking at life through very thick lenses of depression. My just regular biochemical depression adding up with, it's a bad time of year, with my SADS, with all this stuff, with my parents and my life gone. The stuff is just... Add on the fact that I pay too much attention to stuff like politics, and I'm really worried about the fate of my country and the fate of the world with climate change. I'm really getting stomped right now from depression. And because I am looking through those lenses and I've been trying to think about things, and I've got this other stuff that's changing things, of course I knew that I was depressed since being diagnosed at 22, and I've been medicated on and off, but largely not. It wasn't until approximately 8 months ago that I discovered I also have rather severe ADHD, and I have been at least partially medicated for that. My brain is now working properly for the first time in over 58 years, so I'm able to process things better than I have my whole life. And then, of course, having to self-identify But going through all this stuff and discovering, yeah, I'm on the autism spectrum. I am an autistic person as well. Being able to process all this stuff has changed my view of what my life has been and why I am where I am now. It changes my view and just perspective. Nothing has changed physically and all that, but my lenses have changed. It's changed my perspective on what my life is now, and has changed my perspective on what my life actually really is. Because what I thought my life was and what my life really is are two wildly different things. Because these are depression lenses I'm looking through, a lot of it is also the lies of depression. There's a lot of bad stuff I'm feeling that it's because I'm looking through the depression lenses they're so bad. But tied in with all this, and then the feelings that I've talked about before with, you have to follow the YouTube algorithms. I mean, I have listened to large creators talking about how really afraid they are because your channel can be tanked, if not completely destroyed, if just given a huge dip that may take a while to actually recover from just by doing one video that doesn't perform well, that the algorithm doesn't like. Because the algorithm is to make money, and if you're not going to make videos that make money, it's not going to recommend you. So if you do something that isn't going to make money, it's not going to recommend you. And if you're not recommended, that kind of has weight to it. So you've got to chase the algorithms or you're never going to get anywhere. Now that's if you want to get big, and I'm not even worried about big, but I used to be able to get about 30 to 40 bucks a month from my YouTube videos every single month. In the beginning, it was more like 60, 70, 80 bucks a month. But after I could no longer do reaction videos, my YouTube career tanked, and I say career with quote marks, because when you're doing reaction videos, you're not really having an actual audience, because the people that like one type of video will only watch that. I have a large amount of Lana Del Rey people that watch, but they only watch Lana Del Rey videos. If it's not a Lana Del Rey video, they don't watch. So I can either chase algorithms and only do the things that other people like, or I can do the things that I like, and I get like 30 views on the stuff that I like. Other stuff might get 30 or 40, but the stuff that's algorithm chasing, 7, 8, 1,000 views, and for me that's big. But do you chase the algorithm or do you do what you want to do? And I want to do what I want to do, which means I'm never going to have a huge career. But also, with what I can give and what I want to give, coupled with the YouTube algorithms not liking that, I get paid once a year now from YouTube. I went from being paid once a month, which helped, to not much once a month, to I'm only getting paid once a year. And rent has gone up incredibly, and the cost of everything has gone up incredibly. I have so much less money. It's like I'm spending a lot of time, a lot of effort, and getting so much less and less anything back. My views are tanking, my channels are dying, nothing's working because I'm not chasing the algorithms, and as stated, what I'm willing to give plus what I can give. And I am a low-key individual, low energy. I have a low-key sense of humor, very dry. I'm not wild crazy. I don't do huge jump cuts. I don't do these wild things. There's not a huge market for the kind of things that I do. Yeah, I've got the gaming channel, but I've tried and pushed hard on that one a couple times. And I never found enough people who are interested enough to bring up the watch time at all. And yeah, I've got the reaction channel, but it's not really going anywhere because I like to do the things that I like. I got my creative and disturbing channel, which, I can spend a lot of time on. And I'm getting 10 or 15 views. I'm not doing it for money or fame, but money helps. And YouTube is telling me loudly that it doesn't care about my type of content. There's no market for my type of content. Again, I'm looking at it as well through the lenses of depression, and part of that is all the equation I see that makes perfect sense. Maybe nobody else does, because part of the equation is in the lenses themselves. But I've been fighting motivation and wanting to do anything at all. But I also need form and structure in my life. If I don't have form and structure, I'm lost. I need habit and routine. And if I don't have something to hang a life onto, I got nothing. So I've never done YouTube for fame and fortune. The money that I did get at the time was nice, and it really helped, but it wasn't the reason I was doing this. So I'm going to keep doing it. I'm just trying to evaluate what to do that's realistic for me and the platform. So no fear, I'm not going anywhere. No matter how much YouTube may be telling me to be quiet, I still got a voice. I'm still a frustrated avant-garde videographer. There are still things that I want to do and say, even if there aren't many people that want to watch it, and YouTube itself doesn't really care. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments. Not many, but any more than 0 is awesome, so thank you very much. And if I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. And even though I can't American Sign Language with my depression, fibro, and more, hokey smokes. Hokey smokes. But we have Mountain with the T and then a whole bunch of owls. Thank you very, very much. And Yuki likes hot potatoes. Thank you and good to see you. Craig YAC, good to see you in the comments as well. And Pancake Cookie, the best kind of cookie. Thumbs up and thank you. Good to see you. Fat Tiki, thumbs up and thank you. Then there's ABCD EFGH with a good explanation of Grimes music. Thumbs up. AEIOOU, thumbs up and thank you. Alexandra Moore, greatly appreciated. And then there's Ben B, thumbs up and thank you. Johnny K, greatly appreciated. And I love walkies. Larry from space, I'm sorry your day was bad. Hopefully it's much better now. And then there is that is it. 11 people who left me comments in the last 24 hours. Thank you so very much. You get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people. It is appreciated. Definitely a thumbs up on that. And of course, since I don't know what device you're watching this on, I don't know where the video description is, but inside I do have links to all of my channels, a reaction channel, a gaming channel that I still need to figure out what I'm going to do with, my creative and disturbing channel. So there's all sorts of things. And various links like to my Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and again, I want to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These beautiful and awesome people literally are helping to keep me alive. Without their help, my disability wouldn't do it. I wouldn't be able to live here, and I don't know where I would live. So thank you, each and every one of these beautiful and awesome people, and I don't know how long I've had my hands up, hopefully long enough. If you'd like to help me out without becoming a patron, I do have a PayPal link, and I'm not above grubbing for spare cash. I got next to nothing, so anything would help. I do have that Amazon wishlist link. There's all sorts of things like cat food on there, hamster bedding, there's a plushie. If you could take a look, it would be cool. Definitely a thumbs up. Now, of course, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled, no matter how much I may whine. And if you cannot, or simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart, where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definitely a thumbs up. And of course, if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be very cool. Seek creativity, positivity, and balance in life. Try not to be negative. Depression lies to you. That's not good. And of course, with the covfefe bug still raging, please be careful. You know the precautions to take. Please take them. Don't be any kind of statistic aside from never got it, didn't get sick, lived through with no issues. So, until we meet again, and we will, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is, quite frankly, a very good thing.